everybody, it's Julie from The Sales Manager bringing you another sales tip of the week. So this week I'm going to continue on the subject of overcoming objections, getting behind the no. And this week we're going to deal with one which was entitled, I have a current supplier. How many of you have heard that statement and either said thanks very much and put the phone down, or thanks very much and walked away from that? Do you remember when I said last week that to try and get behind that, we need to establish whether it's a no, not now, or a no, not ever. And we do that by just taking our open questions a little bit further. So what I want you to do is try this. Next time you hear that statement, I have a current supplier, ask them how that's working out for them, or how they're getting on with that current supplier, whichever wording sits more comfortable with you, and see what the answer is. You're going to get one of two. You're either going to get, yep, everything in the garden is rosy, or no, it's not so good. So let's deal with the yes, everything in the garden is rosy. Now, what we need to do is try and take that a little bit further, because just because everything in the garden is rosy doesn't mean to say that they haven't had to step out of that relationship or using that person's services at a later time. So let me tell you what I mean. So you've asked the question about your product or service and about company using you, and they said, yeah, that's all very well, but I have a current supplier. You come back with, okay, that's not a problem. Do you mind me asking how that's working for you? Yeah, everything is absolutely fine. Okay, Mr. Prospective Client, again, that's not a problem. But do you mind me asking, has there ever been a time where you've had to step out of that arrangement? Or has there ever been a time where you've had to find an alternative because that supplier hasn't supplied to you? Or, okay, that's fine, but have you ever thought about what you would do if that supplier is not able to help you? It's getting the client to see there could be a possible problem. It's getting the client to, or prospective client, to understand that there could be a danger with using just one supplier. Now, if you take them down that questioning technique and still they're happy and still everything in the garden is rosy, then there's just one last question you could put to them is, do you ever review that relationship? Do you have an annual review? Do you go out to tender? And if that is the case, ascertain when that is actually going to happen, and you can ask if you can call again nearer the time. I'm a firm believer with not pushing clients too hard, otherwise you're going to upset them, and if you upset them, they're never going to come to you anyway. But let's go back to no. No, everything isn't working well. So you've asked them about working with you. Said, yeah, that's all very well. I have a current supplier. You say to them, okay, that's all very well, but do you mind me asking how that's working out for you? Well, actually, it's not very good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Do you mind me asking why? Tell me a little bit about that. And then what you'll hear are the issues, the problems that they're encountering with that particular supplier, why they're not happy with them. Now you can come back with, okay, so what would you like to see? How would you like them to work with you? You can start asking lots of open questions to try and see how that client wants to work. Because the ultimate is, once you've got that information, you can present your product and service to them in a way that they understand as how you can benefit them and how you can take over from that relationship with them and provide them with a service that they like. So remember, don't just accept they have a current supplier. Push the questioning a little bit further. Hope you've enjoyed that. I want to say a very, very big thank you to those of you that have sent me some ideas. Sarah Juice, Sarah Bladen, thank you very, very much. I will be including those in some sales tips of the week coming up. In the meantime, really, really great to hear that you're using your too expensive compared to what. It's been very funny during the week. I've had a lot of people come up to me and go, too expensive compared to what? So keep at it. Remember, have a current supplier. How is that working for you? Enjoy your week, everybody, and see you next week. Oh, and don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on LinkedIn. See you soon. Bye.